Among them, Steve Kristoff and Ken Morrow, as well as Minnesota-born Tom Gorrance. Tony Esposito, just 23 days a U.S. citizen, nervously awaited the moment when his wits would be placed in conflict with those of the sharpshooting offensive machine from Team Canada. Talk had been of Canada running the U.S. off the ice with aggressive tactics. But just 10 seconds into the first period, Team Canada's Dennis Potvin leveled a hit on Mark Howe. Then Brian Trottier followed up on Dave Christian, and then there was more, Gorrance and Barry Beck. Just a couple of minutes into the period, another Potvin hit on Warren Miller. Not only was there hitting, there was scoring. The Canada line of Perreault, Gretzky, and Lafleur made good on Team Canada's very first shot at 3:43. But then Team USA came back. Larry Robinson threw a hit on Talafas, the puck to Steve Kristoff, who slammed one that could only be slowed by the pads of Mike Liut. A big breakaway opportunity for Butch Goring as he got his way through the defense, only to be stopped by the side of the goal. He hit it with his shooting attempt. Late in the first period, the U.S. had a power play and a good scoring chance, but Barry Beck just shoved Talafas out of the way to preserve the deadlock. It didn't take Team Canada long to break the tie in the second period. Wayne Gretzky got his third of the series and first of the game just 2 minutes and 25 seconds into that middle frame. Danny Gare, who assisted on Gretzky's goal, was stopped on his own attempt 5 minutes later, but Marcel Dion poked home the net mouth rebound. Canada led by 2. Esposito, a subject of much comment because of his dual citizenship, just in time to represent the Americans, kept his Canadian countrymen from further damage. A Brian Engblom-Gretzky combination, then a Gare-Rick Middleton, and later in the period a save on Guy Lafleur. 3-1 after 2, and Bob Johnson watched as Esposito made an early stop, bossy to Trottier, but seconds later Trottier was in the penalty box when Dean Talafas brought the Americans back to within 1. The replay shows that North Star Neil Broughton set up Talafas with a short pass from the corner. Less than a minute later, it was the North Star's Mike Eaves with one shot, and then Mike O'Connell's blast from the point tipped in by Mark Johnson. That caused a Coliseum silence. The U.S., sensing magic in the quiet, kept up its attack as Canada struggled. Dunn's drive was stopped, and Mark Howe fed Tom Gorrance for a quick one that went wide. Then Beck committed a giveaway. Bob Miller was in, but Butch Goring had to take the penalty. The Americans got the power play. Team Canada killed it off, winning the balance of momentum, but then they got a power play of their own. The 11,348 fans thundered an ovation during the stoppage and play, and the Canadians responded. Middleton and Gretzky starting it, Bossy finishing it at 10:55. Less than a minute later, Trottier tucked one just inside the post. Esposito protested, but it was still a 2-goal lead. The Canadian steamroller that mashed the Finns 9-0 was in high gear. Gretzky from Lafleur and Perreault at 13:25. Canada 6, USA 3. A minute and 50 seconds later, it was Trottier with his second of the game and third of the series to make it 7-3. And finally, with 3:20 remaining, Perreault got help from Craig Hartsburg and Ray Bourque to bring the Loyal off their seats once more. As in 1976, Team Canada had a scare from their neighbors to the south, but won the game. The final, Canada 8, USA 3. Mike Emmerich reporting. This is the